Peggy Lee was one of the most important and influential American singers in the 20th century. She was known for her soft voice, calm style, and emotional way of singing. Peggy Lee was not only a singer, but also a songwriter, actress, and record producer. Her career lasted more than 50 years, and she left a strong mark on jazz and popular music. Even today, many people admire her music and her unique way of expressing feelings through songs. Peggy Lee was born on May 26 in 1920 in Jamestown, in North Dakota in the United States. Her real name was Norma Deloris Egstrom. She was the seventh of 8 children in her family. Life was not easy for Peggy when she was young. Her mother died when Peggy was only 4 years old. After that, her father remarried, but Peggy did not have a close or loving relationship with her stepmother. Because of these difficult experiences, Peggy learned to be strong and independent at a young age. Music became a way for her to escape sadness and express her emotions. She loved listening to the radio and singing along popular songs. Even as a child, she showed a natural talent for singing and deep love for music. Peggy left school when she was a teenager and started working to help support household. She worked as a waitress and also sang whenever she had the chance. Her dream was to become a professional singer, and she was ready to work hard and to make that dream come true. In the late 1930s, Peggy Lee began singing on local radio stations. Her voice was different from other singers at the time. While many popular singers used loud and powerful voices, Peggy sang softly and calmly. This made people listen more closely to her words and emotions. Her big break came when she was divorced by Benny Goodman, one of the most famous jazz band leaders of the area. In 1941, Peggy joined Benny Goodman's orchestra as the main female singer. This was a huge opportunity and helped her become known across the country. With Goodman's band, Peggy recorded several successful songs. One of the most famous was "Why Don't You Do Right?", released in 1942. The song became very popular and showed Peggy's unique style, cool, confident, and emotional at the same time. This song made her a star and helped her stand out in the music world. After leaving Benny Goodman's band, Peggy Lee decided to start a solo career. This was a risky decision, but it turned out to be the right one. She signed with the Capitol Records, a company she would work with for many years. As a solo artist, Peggy Lee had a great freedom to develop her own style. She recorded jazz pop, blue, and ballads. Her voice was gentle and controlled, and she focused more on feeling than power. She believed that singing softly could sometimes be more powerful than singing loudly. In the late 1940s and 1950s, Peggy Lee released many successful songs. Some of her most famous recordings include "Fever" and "Is That All There Is," and "Black Coffee," and "I'm a Woman," and "Big Spender." "Fever" released in 1958 and became one of the most iconic songs. The song was simple, with very few instruments, which allowed her voice to shine. Peggy also helped rewrite the lyrics, adding personal touch that made the song even more memorable. Peggy Lee was not just a singer, she was also a talented songwriter. She wrote or co-wrote many of her songs, which is not very common for female singers at that time. She often wrote about love, loneliness, confidence, and life experiences. One of her most songwriting projects was for the Disney animated film Lady and the Tramp in 1955. Peggy helped to write several songs for the movie and also provided the voice for multiple characters, including the two Siamese cats. The songs she wrote on became classic and are still loved today. Her ability to write lyrics helped her connect more deeply with her music. She did not just sing words written by others, she shared her own thought and feeling through her song. In addition to music, Peggy Lee also had a successful career as an actress. She appeared in several films and television shows. One of her most important roles was in Pete Kelly's Blue in 1955, where she played a jazz singer. Her performance was highly praised, and she received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Peggy enjoyed acting because it allowed her to express herself in a different way. However, music always remained her first love. Even when acting, she often played characters connected to music and singing. Despite her success, Peggy Lee's life was not always easy. She faced many personal challenges, including health problems. Over the years, she suffered from diabetes, lung disease, and heart issues. She was also a heavy smoker for much of her life, which affected her health. Peggy also experienced emotional struggles and went through several marriages and divorces. She was married 4 times, but no one of the marriages lasted forever. These personal difficulties influenced her music and gave her song deeper emotional meaning. Even when she was sick, Peggy continued to perform and record music. Her strength and dedication inspired many people. She believed strongly in her art and refused to give up, even when life was difficult. In the 1960s and 1970s, Peggy Lee continued to release music and perform live. Her song Is That All There Is, released in 1969, became another major hit. The song had dramatic and thoughtful style, asking deep questions about life and happiness. He won a Grammy Award and introduced her to a new generation of listeners. As she grew older, Peggy became known as a legend in the music world. Younger artists admired her style and creativity. She influenced many singers, including artists in jazz, pop, and even rock music. Even in her later years, Peggy remained active. She performed concerts, recorded albums, and appeared on television. Her voice changed with age, becoming deeper and more emotional. It remained powerful on its own way. Peggy Lee passed away on January 21st in 2002. At the age of 21 in Los Angeles in California. Her death marked the end of a remarkable life and career, but her music continues to live on. Peggy Lee left behind hundreds of recorded and powerful influence on American music. She showed that singers does not need to be loud to be strong, and that emotion and honesty are just as important as a vocal power. She is remembered as a woman who broke barriers, who wrote her own music, and stayed true to herself. Her calm voice, elegant style, and deep emotion made her one of the greatest singers of all time. Today, Peggy Lee is still admired by music lovers around the world. Her songs are played in movies, television shows, and concerts. Many modern artists say they are inspired by her simplicity, confidence, and emotional honesty. Peggy Lee taught the world that music can be quiet and still powerful. She proved that true strength came from being yourself and expressing your feelings honestly. Her life story is one of talent, struggle, courage, and lasting success.